The statement "victims on the news" mirrors the impotence and is teaching helplessness to the masses, posits a potent idea that reflects on the powerful sway the media holds over public sentiment. Media outlets, with their vast reach and influence, often act as the public's primary source of information. The narratives they choose to amplify can, intentionally or not, shape our perceptions of reality. When these narratives continually emphasize victimhood, tragedy, and helplessness, it can lead to a phenomenon known as learned helplessness, where individuals start to believe they are powerless to change their circumstances. But before we delve further into this phenomenon, it's crucial to remember that media outlets are not malevolent entities out to manipulate the masses. Their primary function is to report events and disseminate information. However, the nature of news reporting often skews towards the sensational and the tragic, as these stories tend to capture public attention more effectively. Now, let's address the concept of learned helplessness. Originating from psychological research, it refers to a state where, after repeated exposure to uncontrollable events, an individual begins to feel helpless, hopeless, and passive. News stories showcasing victims, without providing actionable steps for change or emphasizing resilience, can unintentionally reinforce this state. The question then becomes, how do we counteract this? Firstly, it is essential to cultivate media literacy, which is the ability to critically analyze and evaluate the information presented to us. When confronted with a tragic news story, ask yourself, is this the entire story? Are there aspects that aren't being reported? What can I, as an individual, do in response to this situation? Secondly, be selective about your news sources. Try to find outlets that not only report problems, but also discuss solutions, focusing on resilience and hope as much as on tragedy. News shouldn't just inform you about the world's horrors, it should also inspire you to be a part of the solution. Lastly, focus on building your emotional resilience. Emphasize self-care and mental health, and consider seeking professional help if the news becomes too distressing. Support networks, both online and offline, can also be helpful. Remember, news is a mirror of the world, but it doesn't have to be a distortion. The narratives you choose to focus on and how you respond to them can help break the cycle of learned helplessness. Embrace empowerment, action, and hope. They are just as much a part of the story as the tragedies.